Gimp, that Gimp and shrimp. You got that Pimp, that Gimp and shrimp. You got it.
All right, man. It's been like a month now, right?
Yeah,
We've been going to
very true.
I don't think we record at all during November.
I mean, during
October?
October?
Or just
No, we didn't record in November.
Yeah, it's November now, though.
Yeah.
Oh, is it November? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you put your Christmas tree up and you're like,
Yeah.
all right,
What
it's
the hell
December
were you
time.
smoking last night?
I did put up my Christmas tree today. So.
You didn't bring any to share, you bastard. That's funny. Hey, everybody. It's another episode of the PGS, the Pimp, Gimp, and Shrimp Show podcast.
Yeah.
The last part is still haven't decided if we're going to slap. We're going to slap on everything. Web series, show, whatever the fuck it is. Just hope
slap
everybody's
on
up and enjoying
everything?
it. Yeah.
You can
just
vote.
slap everything on it. Right. I don't know if that
Vote
sounds
if-
right. Exactly. I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to readjust it a little bit. See, it's a little off-centered.
Gotcha.
You know what's awesome?
No.
We don't have to get any more of those text messages or phone calls saying, hey, vote for the governor, or vote this, vote that.
Dude, it was terrible, huh?
I blocked at least 20 numbers, and I still kept getting text
Yeah, I still
messages.
did. Well, it was like a hydra. Every time you cut one head off, like three more came
Yes.
out. I'm like, God damn it. Yeah, all the texts. It's just stupid. I just had some calls today. I'm like, we're done. Stop it. What are you doing?
And the ads,
Thanks for
too.
voting on, exactly.
On YouTube apps, I was like watching it. It's like, oh, it's just advertising. Like
That's all it was.
crazy.
And you
Yeah.
couldn't skip.
I was missing, like, seeing ads about, like, detergent. Like,
You
where's
know
my
what?
detergent ads?
What-
Give me
what-
that at least.
Actually,
Tide
when
Pods.
the day after that, when I started seeing different ads for like travel plans, I was like, oh, thank God. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize you're joking, but I was like, oh, thank God, Trivago. Oh, thank you. I miss you, buddy.
See, I subscribe to premium, so I'm not getting any of this.
Yeah, that's what someone told me. I'm like, well, now I know. I should have.
peasants.
If I didn't know it was gonna if I didn't know if it was gonna be this, if I knew it was gonna be that bad, I would have signed for premium at least for a couple months just to bypass bullshit.
Exactly, yeah.
Just once every 2 and every 4 years, just do it so you don't have to see those commercials.
Yeah, it's a good point. I like that. Now I'm gonna have to remember that next time. Yeah, exactly. For 2 years from now,
Us peasants will go up high class.
I will
Yeah.
save. I got 2 years to save up money for a couple months, so I don't have to look at all that. Hear that
share
bullshit.
with the less
That's it.
fortunate. You see?
There we go.
They're
People love
welcome.
it. People love it. All right. Button's really touchy. Anyways, hey guys, so today's show is our favorite Jackie Chan movies. Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, exactly. Very
I don't even
nice.
think Jackie Chan makes that noise. He's like,
Yeah. That's famous. Oh.
I want no trouble as he beats everybody up.
yeah,
I want
exactly.
no trouble.
lays out 20 dudes, bedridden.
So, I mean, yeah, and looking through and looking back, and me and Buttermilk were talking about it, is obviously, hey, Buttermilk, Mr. Buttermilk, out of heaven, and me, your beautiful, totally adorable, Smelly LaFoot. Anyways, looking back at some of the movies that when I sent the list off to everybody, I was telling Mr. Buttermilk all the extra work that Jackie Chan had when he first came out. And I'm like, and this is starting back from like the 1910s. I'm like, how the fucking old is Jackie Chan? I'm like, there's a shitload of movies before he even gets to his first Drunken Master movie in the 70s. I was like, wow. Now, obviously, he was an extra, and we're talking about Enter the Dragon, the famous Bruce Lee's, one of his most famous movies, in his last, sadly. So I was just wondering how old he got, because even before Enter the Dragon, he has all these little extra stuff. So you said he was probably, like you said, a kung fu master at an early age. You know,
Well, like you said, he was 130 years old, but
That's
Kung Fu
right.
Master, that's
Yeah.
like a teenager.
That's
So
true. Yeah,
he's-
exactly. That's
he's
true.
still
He's
getting
very young.
stronger.
So and I. We could have just easily looked up his age, and
No.
I think I forgot about it.
No,
But no,
we don't want facts.
No, I don't want facts. So I'm guessing his age is going to be probably in his 70s by now.
Yeah.
Right?
Saying
But
mid to late 60s.
okay,
We're just taking bets, all right? What's your bet?
Mid to late 60s. Well, he's been around for several centuries.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
around
yeah,
for when
yeah.
the wheel was invented. So I think he's older than.
Yeah, more, yeah,
60s.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like 600s. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty close. So that would mean that, yeah, he had to be in his teenage years when he was first starting out as
I think he was like 17 when he did that movie with Bruce Lee. Because he told the story about how it was one of his first movies and Bruce Lee accidentally hit him while they were doing some moves.
That's
and he's
right,
like,
yeah.
no, I'm fine.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
dude,
He's like,
I
this
was
is
in so
awesome.
much
I just
pain."
got punched by Bruce Lee and it fucking hurts.
He's like, no, it's okay. He's like, after Bruce Lee was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
He's like,
That's right.
I think after getting hit by Bruce Lee, nothing hurts. Nothing can hurt.
Nothing. You don't feel anything
So
ever
that's
again.
why
You don't feel
he's
nothing.
his own
That's also
stuntman.
his trademark thing to do his movies. Oh,
That's where it came
Bruce
from.
Lee,
They thought it was funny. Like, hey,
It
that
brings
should be a
back a
thing.
memory.
He's like, me in pain? Okay, shit, fuck it.
that was
We'll
the only
do
time he
that.
was ever in pain.
Yeah, so
So, and it's funny bringing that Bruce Lee story up. You know, Jackie Chan's story is more kind of Bruce Lee say, "Hey, are you okay?" and stuff. But then you hear other stories about what a dick Bruce Lee was, and then other stories from his kids, and they're like, "No, he wasn't a dick. You know, he was confident." But so it's funny how, I mean, and obviously Bruce Lee's here not here to defend himself. How that comes up, and I can see how both are true at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was just I mean, maybe I don't think he was a total asshole, but he was an asshole to people that he didn't like. And I know, listen to some of his documentary story that he had a lot of pushback from a lot of the kung fu and martial art community people, especially the old school guys who didn't want him teaching stuff to the Westerners. They're like, no, this is ours. You can't do it. So I can see where they're saying like, dude, he had an attitude. He was a troublemaker. He was
he was a rebel.
He was
did
a
his own
rebel.
thing. He didn't work.
On the movies, they said he always had sparring matches. I'm like, yeah, but people were always
Calling him out,
and
challenging
stuff. And he's like, okay, like calling him I don't know what they were calling him out at that point. They should know like, no, he is a badass. But I think they were still trying to test him. Like, I can beat you up. And so you hear stories of that. So I wonder. Like I said, I think both are true. I think he was nice to the people that were nice to him and showing respect. And obviously, if you weren't, then he was, and obviously he was cocky. I mean, you're that
there's
good.
that fine line when someone's cocky, people take
To
it the
arrogance,
wrong way.
right?
Yeah.
Cocky to arrogant, yeah, exactly. And depends on maybe when you caught him. Maybe some people caught him on a bad time, And,
Yeah, it
other
was
people-
off day, and that story just carries.
Yeah, those
one
always
time.
carry more than the one where
people
he-
remember the bad stuff
Yeah.
more than they remember the good. So
he saved a baby from a burning building, and all this stuff. They don't tell about that. Like, dude, that dude told me to shut the fuck up.
he just jaywalked. Oh, he's the devil.
Exactly. That dude didn't recycle. What a dick. Yeah, exactly. So, but anyways, so that just kind of put that in. So looking at Jackie Chan movies, obviously, it's always going to bring up to all the kung fu martial. And I say kung fu movies, guys, and I know it's all different sorts of martial arts and stuff, but usually we just know it's kung fu, karate movies, whatever, and it's all lumped in the same. And the thing I like about
Are
Jackie
you checking
Chan,
your pulse? Are you okay?
No, I'm chilling. Yeah, don't worry. I just fucking fall over.
just falls over. We're gonna still record. We're gonna we'll get him some help here as soon as
Put his
we're done.
hand
As soon as
right
we're done. With Jackie Chan movies, I like is he always had that comedic effect to his movies. Now I know they have some comedy movies, but it didn't matter how serious a movie that Jackie Chan was. He always had that comedic effect to him, which had put you at ease. So I thought Jackie Chan, for the most part, he was really acceptable for almost everybody because even though it was ass kicking and everything, he had that comedic effect to him. So that's why I think everybody kind of loved that part about him. In the middle of all these crazy stunts that he does himself. He does that it's like rubbing his face. Like, he does that dumb face, which I don't know how early he learned or if he learned it or somebody told him like, dude, you are good when you're funny. You should play up to it. And so putting that aspect to all his movies is what endeared him. That's the word I was looking for all of us. I mean, when's the last time you heard somebody be like, dude, fuck Jackie Chan movies? I don't fucking like that. Every time at home when we see, what movie are we watching this? I'm always like, well, who's in it? Jackie Chan. Oh, okay, it's fine. Yeah,
So
sure,
you know
put it on.
more.
Yeah, put it on. Exactly.
And
So
at the end of his movies, he has his little outtakes.
His little outtakes.
Which is
Yeah,
kind of like that little.
what adds that to it,
cherry on
exactly.
top.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's how they did that.
Yeah, yeah, and
He
then
got
you
hit
see
in the
him.
nose.
Yeah, and then or you see like he actually did that himself, like crazy motherfucker. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? But I mean, that's the charm and allure of him, and that's how hardworking that motherfucker is, man. You
Yeah.
forget as easy he's made. Well, I don't want to say easy, but as easy going as he is, as he seems like.
Yeah.
That dude's intense, man, and you have to be a stuntman like that. I can't imagine somebody being really laid back and being a stuntman. I mean, you can have a laid back persona, but you're an intense person if you're putting yourself out there like that. So I don't. What were you guys' takes on martial art movie or kung fu movies in general? I mean, obviously, as boys, most of us growing up watching that stuff, you're watching Bruce Lee movies. At a lesser extent, like Chuck Norris. So I'm going up to the 80s, all the weird. And we had some really bad martial art movies in the 80s, because it started trying to take off and everything. But what was your guys' introduction and stuff? Mine would have been just the 70s. Bruce Lee is what basically came into our started highlighting that.
My introduction was Jackie Chan. It was Rumble in the Bronx. That was my introduction to kung fu movies.
Yes.
I never knew that this stuff existed. It was
Yeah.
always more
What
of
a
like
fun way to go
the
into
American action,
Yes.
car chasing, explosions,
Yeah,
gun
yeah.
shooting. But once I saw Rumble in the Bronx, I was like, oh, look at this. This is amazing.
That is a great introduction to come into it too, especially with Jackie Chan because he's so easily digestible for someone, but he's also complex. Anyways,
and I remember my mother taking me to the theaters to go see
go
that.
see that,
I was
yeah.
like, oh,
yeah,
this is amazing.
there you go. And your mom went because I'm sure she
Yeah.
liked Jackie Chan too. It's like, hey, this dude's cool.
I
You know,
have
he's
no idea
fun
if
to
she
watch.
liked them or not.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I was like, oh.
That's cool. Outer Heaven, what was yours?
Ooh. With me in action movies, especially as a kid, like growing up, like doing Taekwondo and now become somewhat of a martial artist, you want to say?
Yeah.
It's hard for me to like combat action movies.
Yeah.
But Jackie Chan's always like sold it because a lot of times like the camera angles are phenomenal.
Right.
Like he doesn't like do a lot of cuts. It's all just like more of a take, and then after the sequence is played, he does a cut to
Okay.
a different angle.
Gotcha.
So watching the whole like fight scene play out is like phenomenal. And also from a competitive like point of view, his fight team, because we all know he brings his own team
Yes,
with him because they all understand the same beat to go off of. They all have like understand each other's ranges and whatnot too.
And you'd want in that type of, you have to with those type
Yeah.
of movies because, you don't want people punching each other and kicking each other in the face all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's easy
This shit
to
hurts.
like, digest that too and might
Yeah.
appreciate it like drastically.
Right.
The first movie from Jackie Chan, I don't remember. It could be like Police Story or something
Right,
like that.
right.
And yeah, it's just, I don't know. His comedic timing is just always so great.
Right.
I mean,
They definitely got that down pat, and I like that you take the aspect of it, knowing some of that stuff, and I like hearing that from people because I'm just I don't know anything about it. I just like it the way it is. But that maybe probably makes it why we like it so much and why those is action scenes are. Because I've seen martial arts movies. You're looking at the fighting scenes, you're just like, yeah, I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm not. You listen to them like, okay, yeah, I'm like, I don't get it, and that makes sense that the way he does it. I mean, his crew, and it's not just him. I mean, we should all, like you said, his whole crew, his whole production. I'm sure he was the same one. They just know how to make these fucking movies.
Exactly.
And I guess we could have looked up where they came from, but wherever they perfected this stuff from and where they got it from or how they got it themselves, it's just great, and it works perfect. They just had the expertise, that whatever word I'm looking for, and plus having Jackie Chan to lead it with his charm, it's a perfect pairing basically. So right,
Exactly.
so that way all his movies are just like I said, and I'm not lying. I mean, every time something comes up, well, who's in this movie? Jackie Chan. Okay, cool. Even the kids are like, give it a shot. We'll give it a shot.
So as a martial artist, is it hard for you to watch movies that have fight scenes in it?
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
really
cause
hard.
you can critique it.
Yeah.
You can be like, yeah, you see the way he threw that punch? That's not he's not a real fighter in this and that.
True, but also like how people like react to a punch, how many punches you're taking or kicks
Yeah.
you're taking, how much damage you are, and you're kind of just like eye rolling because a lot of times it's always like the good guy getting his ass kicked, and then he comes back and beats victorious, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like untouchable.
Yeah. And then he's walking away like nothing. I'm like, dude,
He leveled up. He leveled up 5 levels
Yeah,
after
yeah,
getting his
yeah.
ass kicked.
But
and
I
all of a
understand you
sudden-
do for like a story purpose. Like a fight sequence should be about story purpose. Jackie Chan movies is fun because like it's always gonna be a give and take. It just is more gonna be competitive because you see sometimes even though he's winning, he's still taking a couple punches here and there.
Right.
He's still reacting properly too.
Right.
And they focus a lot on defense compared to like Western movies back in the 90s.
Yeah,
like
it was so bad.
early 2000s and 80s. Like
yeah.
just big brawly dudes throwing punches, getting hit,
Yeah.
and then walking forward.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
ridiculous.
So I would imagine too, it's kind of hard. Like you're watching a movie and it's hard for you to shut that off because I know. I don't know how you go into movies. I know you want to go to a movie like, oh, I want to enjoy this, but
Yeah.
sometimes for some people, I'm sure it sounds like for you, it's hard to shut that off. You're kind of looking like, okay, that's ridiculous. You can't punch somebody there and not even fucking move or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting easier because like you're getting older. Like, I don't really care like that much about being more critiquing.
Yeah,
It's more
exactly.
just about understanding distance and timing. I remember one Jackie Chan movie where I think he's facing like a European kickboxer, and they had that stare off where they both like try to go the feint back and forth, and it's just like that showdown between two martial artists.
Yeah.
Who's gonna pull and like actually commit to a first punch or a strike first.
Yeah.
So that was enjoyable. I'm like, all right, that's what actually happens. You don't go blazing,
Yeah,
blowing.
I see that a lot in boxing matches where they're trying that like
Yeah,
you're trying to wait
bait,
and you're thinking who's going to throw the first punch. So that is kind of cool.
Because
Like
if it was the first punch and the defenses or catches it,
yes,
you understand their
counter it.
distance.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Distance and position is the most important thing in combat. So Jackie Chan brings a lot to his martial movies. He has those type of feint moves. He has sometimes like who's gonna initiate first, who's gonna block it, defend it, understand the guy's distance, and then get down the timing over after that.
So you're basically saying Jackie Chan is an actual, and I say this because I know there was a lot of times people saying, well, this guy is just a movie martial arts guy. You couldn't play this to real world. But you think Jackie Chan's moves are definitely...
Yeah, because obviously he's sparred in his past.
Right,
And when you use like competitive sparring, you're going to pick up those tendencies.
Gotcha.
You might not do like some great organization of kickboxing like that.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
K1
but
Glory.
those
Like
moves
Jason Statham just coming in, he's not going to beat any of us up.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly.
He's not a real martial artist.
Right.
Say.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I mean, so that
Directors
basically
only do
transfers
this,
over
yeah.
and stuff.
Probably some hardcore sparring back in the day, you know?
Right.
Or even a hardcore, just even point sparring. You
Right.
still have the understanding of timing and rhythm.
So, in your experience watching martial artists, who do you think is the one that is the most real in real life? Would be the biggest badass?
I mean,
Who actually can transfer it
Michael J.
over?
White. Michael J.
No,
White.
I know who it is. Steven Seagal, wasn't it? Right? I had to bring up that motherfucker this episode, right?
Yeah. The untouchable Steven Seagal.
Oh, jeez.
You know, Jean-Claude Van Damme actually has kickboxing bouts, like professional kickboxing bouts.
Oh, really?
So he's the closest to like being legit for competitor-wise.
Right.
Yeah, so
He is
he's an interesting fellow.
he is an interesting fellow, and his movies, especially back then, were funny when they weren't supposed to be funny the same. All the dumb faces he would
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
And Bloodsport when he got blinded.
Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous.
And we're laughing our ass off, and it's supposed to be really serious and stuff, but it's just so it's so cheesy. And then him always trying to do the splits in every
Yeah,
movie.
he
We're
loved
like,
his splits.
we got it, dude. We got it. We saw it the first couple times. You don't need to do it in every fucking movie. Every movie find a reason to do the fucking
Remember the
splits.
commercial he did when he was on two trucks? He
was older
like
too,
semi
right?
trucks.
Yeah, I think so.
He had a foot on each one. And the
Yeah,
semi-trucks
yeah,
only
right,
way he's doing
right.
the splits.
Right.
But I would still say I think I would prefer Jackie Chan's martial art movies over Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Or Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah,
Okay.
just because I think back in the past, like Eastern, like simulography, like choreograph,
Yeah.
was better compared to Western
Okay.
back in the past. Yeah, for fight scenes.
So you're saying you could kick the muscles from Brussels' ass? Is what I'm hearing. I was like, I just want to say the muscles from Brussels. That's it. Yeah,
That's my little hot take on it.
that's it. Well, what about obviously the Grandmaster Bruce Lee? What'd you think about his fighting style? And as someone who kind of into that stuff, what's your take on his? I mean, obviously he showed up a lot of people in a lot of karamas. I mean, I can't be like fuck that guy, but I mean, what is your when you look at his style and stuff? What is your take on that?
I think his like fight scenes in movies is closer to grounded and not as action packed.
Gotcha.
So it's more just your traditional like couple moves here and there and it's over.
And it's
kind of
over.
match,
Yeah.
right? As we all can take
Which a
that.
real fight is most likely like it. They're usually over fast.
But that's how you do in competitions, right? It's just like
Really quick.
stand off, move, boom.
Yeah.
All right, reset.
Yeah, it's more like point fighting.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because like when Taekwondo or like certain karate organizations, because like there's no one organization that controls them all based on the same rules. It's just whoever hits first and whoever lands first, the rest will call it, and then they separate. So that's more like Bruce Lee's, right?
Gotcha.
So
Right.
maybe less in terms of like reality compared to Jackie Chan's was like consistent pace, fight.
Yeah.
Because there's no separation every single time.
I would imagine too that as for the Bruce Lee type, it's over so quick. They want to like movie people are probably like, no, we need to extend this out more. We need to make a show of this. Like yeah, okay, you can kick his ass in 5 seconds, but no, we need more. So you see all these movies, and it doesn't have to be martial arts, just people fighting, and then it's going on for like half an hour. Like, there's no fucking way.
it's like Bruce Lee
There's
fighting,
no
like,
there's no
20
human
guys
being that
around
can
him.
handle exactly
Yeah.
that much exertion. Because you forget, you look at boxers or even like you watch kickboxers, they end up like a 2-minute round, and they're just like, because that's just fucking, that's
sucks.
tough. Yeah,
It
that's
sucks. I
it's
think-
very exhausting.
It started to understand the two more of that movie, Old Boy from the
Yes.
Korean film.
Yes.
Not the American one.
Yeah, that was a good. Yeah, no, American one, no. Yeah,
But that
when he's
one
going
take-
down the hallway.
Yeah.
Oh
and then,
man,
but they were showing both sides getting exhausted and exerting themselves,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And even though they hit him in the back, when now obviously he trained his body, but
Yeah.
you're not gonna. When you have adrenaline pumping through, you're not gonna feel crap. You know?
right. Yeah,
So-
that shit comes much later. But yeah, but you're
It's
still
nice to see
exhausted,
that,
right?
Film now. It's
Yeah.
like people being
That was good.
exerted. It's not like you're some super dominant monster man, right?
Yeah,
Like
anyway,
Terminator.
not even breathing hard. Is that? Yeah, not even breathing hard. Just kind of come on, and then walk away. I'm like, dude, you just did fucking like 10
Yeah.
moves. You're not even breathing hard. Fuck. Because every kick and every punch, you're putting so much into it. I would imagine at one point. I mean, it takes a lot out of your body. It's not like you said, not a machine.
Yeah.
You're not T2.
I mean, shit.
T2.
I do probably like 100 burpees like after every boxing session. So that's exerting, right? But if you haven't sparred in a while, 2 minutes of sparring, you're just like, because they're nervous, the tension,
everything's
building up because somebody's gonna punch you in the face. Like even if you've been doing it for your whole life, sometimes like having that like subconscious like fear is gonna build up.
Right.
It just happens, and trying to find that relaxation is what helps you have better cardio for a match. Is being relaxed.
Said 100 burpees. That's a lot, man.
It's a bitch.
Yeah. Buttermilk does Buttermilk does 5 burps after every beer. I mean, that's a lot of it as it is too, man. Yeah, a lot of belches. Fartsies. Sounds like a really feminine fart. What's that, a fartsy? Like, oh, it smells like a shitsies to me. God dang it.
By Calvin Klein. Toilet.
Smells like a diarrhea sees to me.
Yo, you get somebody famous behind that, it'll sell somehow.
Johnny Depp.
There you go, Johnny.
By the way, it's disgusting. You ever have a buddy or friend do one of the fart bombs or a burp bomb?
Oh, the bags?
No, with your actual hands. Shit fucking works. It's so disgusting, dude. So if you ever burp and you blow it in, you do this to somebody, oh yeah, they're gonna hate you for the rest. Yeah, they're gonna hate you for the rest of their life.
Cupcake. It's so sad.
Hey, you want a cupcake? Oh, yeah.
Nope.
For all your kids out there. And so your friends will enjoy that.
We're gonna start a trend.
Yeah, say, oh God, no, that's disgusting.
Don't start that trend.
No, do not start that trend.
We can't start any trends.
Right, exactly. Any other martial artists we want to bring? I mean, there's
Michael Jai White.
Michael Jai White, which in looking into him, I didn't realize he was Spawn. I didn't, and it's like, that's right. I fucking totally forgot about that. Yeah, played a good Spawn, which I was hearing they're trying to. I know they've been trying to reboot it for years, but I've heard it's like it's beginning to move forward though too. So I don't know anything about who's going to do it or what, but I hope they do it well. Yeah. And I hope they don't put John Leguizamo to fucking ruin the movie.
He didn't ruin that movie. He was awesome as that clown. The movie could have been better, but I think he did all right as the clown.
No, it was fine. It's fine. It just. I know I have a lot of actors that just irk me, but there's something about him. That
so John Leguizamo is your what's the guy's
Where's
name?
Lion King face?
Yeah, Lion King.
Brantham Project. No, I don't hate him that much. I can watch him. Yeah, I can. There's certain movie I watch him. It's his acting of the clown in that way. I mean, maybe he did it right. Apparently, the clown was supposed to be annoying and is supposed to get to him. So I guess maybe he's really good and he got to me. But yeah, there's certain movies I can watch him and it's fine.
What about Ice Age? Does he bother you?
No, I like him and the voice thing and everything. Maybe just certain characters he plays. Apparently, he plays it too well because I'm just like, I can't. Yeah.
Except Super Mario, right?
Everything bugs me with that movie. Glug, 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 glug. Yeah, exactly.
That's a different sound there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, gee. Nice one out of heaven. Very nice.
3000.
That's right. So we're going through the 80s. You know, after Bruce Lee went down, you had the big Western was the Chuck Norris one. Okay, now the thing I liked about Chuck Norris, it wasn't always like the martial arts. He had action films, which I'm okay. He had guns and stuff, so I'm okay with that. And he did do some of his moves, which
Texas
is
Ranger.
Texas. So I was all right with him. I mean, you know, being the white dude at the time, because it wasn't always. He didn't try to rip off the Bruce Lee style of movie. He's like, okay, I'm gonna have guns. We're gonna go in and stuff. So I forget some of his movies' names. It was fine, but they would spawn a lot of movies that were trying to piggyback off of Bruce Lee, which that's what Hollywood movies do. Because Bruce Lee had already passed away by the time, but his fame and all those movies started getting really big at that time. There's some really bad ones trying to do it. I remember one for some reason, Jim Cotta, and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know. Look at all these. Going to the video store and looking at all these, covers of movies and stuff like, nah, as a little kid.
David Carradine, a martial artist?
Yeah. He was actually kung fu. See, he knew a little bit of kung fu, supposedly. No, I don't know. I think, and I might be talking on my ass here, I think people are saying he was just like a movie martial artist. It's not like anything else. But he supposedly knew a little kung fu moves, so. But as a movie star, I mean, you can hire any kung fu teacher come in and teach you some moves and stuff, and that makes you an actual, and how you apply it, I have no fucking clue. Exactly.
Like Chuck Norris is when you say you go to like Blockbuster, and you look
at
films, they all look exactly alike.
They all do.
Gentleman jeans, beard,
Yeah, with a gun in his hand.
Exactly. Eagle in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
The flag over
it was
here.
total America. This is Chuck Norris. This is our martial artist. Exactly. And during the late 80s is when came the Van Damme movies of Bloodsport, which I mean, I guess I would laugh at it, but that movie was awesome at the time, man. Bloodsport that came out when the first John Donne first came out, that was fucking fun as shit, you know. And the idea, the whole plot of the movie, so simple, but it worked. Like, oh, it's a fucking, you know, fighting underground martial arts where people can kill each other. Sweet. And then having, and I forget, and I should have looked at the main bad guy's name, the guy with the chest.
Bolo.
Like, yeah, that's good. When he has this thing going,
like, Bolo.
I think that actor also been in Bruce Lee movies.
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
right?
he was in
He's
Bruce
the
Lee.
Bolo. He's the bad guy.
He's in Enter the Dragon. He was in,
Yeah.
right? Exactly. So,
Just walk out like a freaking tank. Like,
yeah,
Jesus,
dude,
dude.
yeah. Well, like I said, at that time, his chest was just like, he didn't have a torso. It was just all chest, and that was it. And then the belly button. That was it, right?
His nipples are down here next
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
All right,
He looks like grandma. So going through that, so when Jackie Chan first came out, my first, I knew of Jackie Chan before I even realized it. Did you know he was in Cannonball Run?
No.
Yeah, okay. So Cannonball Run movie is a Burt Reynolds, and it was a whole great movie, by the way. Cannonball, you guys seen it?
I haven't seen all of it. I remember watching the first 30
so
minutes.
they have the one Japanese car, and Jackie Chan's one of the guys. So when they get in a fight in the bar, that's Jackie Chan.
Oh.
Yeah, go back and watch it. And then I was like, oh my God, that's fucking Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan's played a Japanese guy.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
America. American
Well,
Hollywood.
and then
They're
you
all
think, at first you're thinking like, you know, that's kind of where they threw these the Japanese car guys, because I think they introduced them as Japanese, and then they have the bar brawl, and that's exactly why they got him, because he's in there fighting bikers and stuff and helping. And this is when all the Cannonball Run people got together to fight the bikers off the bar. Cannonball Run, you know, it movie not be appropriate now. I forget most of it, but it was a fun movie. You know, just
I
a
remember
race.
watching the intro.
It was just like a cross country race to the finish and everything, and how it ended up and stuff.
and it's a real thing. They actually.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they actually really do
They
it.
take
Cannonball Run and Cannonball 2, Cannonball Run 2, not so much.
Them across
Yeah.
continents.
Yeah, they do it, and
countries.
I don't know if they started doing it from that movie or they got that movie idea from the actual thing. But it's an actual thing called Cannonball Run. So
Is that the gumball? There's the gumball thing.
yeah. So I don't know, but that was a good movie. As goofy as it is.
What do you guys think is your guys' like favorite Jackie Chan stunt, or like this comes to you right now, or even action? Like what comes out of your mind?
I think Jackie Chan was the first thing that comes out in my mind.
No, like his stunt, like one of his favorite stunts in movies.
I
That is like
single favorite.
not like okay, maybe that comes to your mind right now.
So
'Cause that's hard to nail
I
down.
would say-
Project A.
which one?
There was a movie. It was one of his foreign films called Project A, where he's a cop, like in the 1900s. But he's on top of a building that's probably like 4 stories high, and he jumps off it.
I was about to
And
say
he
that same thing.
And right off,
Yeah, it was a
off
balcony.
each window.
Yeah.
It's not a balcony, but it's like a tarp or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Outside the window, and he hit every one because they're supposed to slow him down on the way down. And when he finally hits the ground, he lands on his neck. Because they showed him
Afterwards,
basically
yeah.
the outtakes.
Yeah.
And I remember looking it up on IMDb. They're like, dude, he almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have died.
Well, there's another one out.
That's
It's kind of
crazy.
similar to that.
That's insane.
I don't know what movie it's from, but it's the outtakes, and they showed him running from one building, jumping off, and he hits the balcony, the other movie or the other thing, and he makes it, but he runs and jumps, and everyone's like, hey, and I'm just like, dude, that fucking guy's crazy, man. But he did it. He jumped over it, and that's just almost broke his neck. But he would do that for every fucking movie, and I liked it. They showed that every time that he gets hit, like hurt at the end of the movies, Rumble the Bronx, they broke his ankle and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
and,
jumping onto the
I
airboat.
like to imagine when he jumped off and hit those tarps right now. So like the team's like, all right, some team's like, all right, so let's get this harness on you. He just jumps. Boop. Cameras were rolling. And it's like, ah!
And Jackie's probably thinking like, these are supposed to be slowing me down. And it's, yeah, fuck. Yeah, well, I wonder what you're thinking at that time. You're thinking like, God, these things are not fucking slow. I'm still going fucking fast as
You
shit.
see him just boom, boom,
Yeah, I'm sure it slowed him enough for obviously he didn't die, but still, it's like they didn't have enough. He probably think we need more tarps. We need more tarps.
How do you overcome that initial fear too? Like like your
He
body's
got hit
telling
by
you,
Bruce Lee. What's the other fear?
He doesn't fear anything ever again. Exactly. That's why he doesn't feel pain because
Nah, took a
they
shot
knocked the
from
pain
Bruce
right out of him.
Lee.
destroy his nervous system, basically.
That's what we needed. If Bruce Lee was still alive today, that's everybody just line up so you just punch him. Like,
I wish you would have delivered me as a
Next.
baby because you just that first slap.
You just never
Your
feel pain
child will
again.
fear
the
nothing now.
baby starts crying like, oh, I got this. We're good. All right, yeah.
That's my way
Wash
to work,
away.
Dad.
Instantly, the baby mentally grows up like to 5 years old. Like, oh, no, we're good. Why are you holding me? Let go of me. The Bruce Lee touch. All right. Well, let's get into some of his obviously Jackie Chan movies. We brought it up already. You know, my first movie theater experience with Jackie Chan was Rumble in the Bronx. I think that was the first major one that they showed in America that was easily accessible for everybody was Rumble in the Bronx. And me and my brother went to see it and what a fucking fun ride that was. It was good. And I remember watching it thinking like, man, this is not the best acting, but fuck it. Look at the fucking action scenes are fucking great, man.
The action's so overcome.
It overcomes itself. Yeah, sometimes they're talking too much. You guys are talking too much. Just hit each other at the time. But it also showed you what a goofball he was too. And I think at this time, I hadn't watched that many Jackie Chan movies, so I didn't. I knew he was kind of a goofy guy, but this really made you kind of like him more because you see with when he's trying to punch his thing in the mirror, and the girl's like, oh, so yeah, exactly, and the two-way mirror. But yeah, that was fun. That was my first actual movie theater experience with them, which I don't have too many of them because I watch a lot of them at the house, and everything. But was Rumble in the Bronx yours, basically?
Movie theater experience?
Yeah, for him.
No, I think for movie theater experience, it's probably just Rush Hour because I was introduced to
exactly
Jackie Chan because my stepmom was Korean,
so
she had all like the films from his earlier work and whatnot on like burnt
so
DVDs.
You could just watch, exactly.
Since I was like 6, so I just grew up on that. Like
you were just digesting those left and right, yeah.
But like when I watched them younger, now they're all kind of blurred together because he's always a cop somehow.
Well, that's what it is too. It's looking at this list and stuff, man, and looking at Jackie Chan, and they're all so well put together, but they're all interchangeable. All the fight scenes are kind of all interchangeable. So I'm trying to remember now. I've watched Super Cop. Is it?
Yeah, I think Super Cop.
Super Cop, Police Story, and there's been a lot of police stories. They all mix in together, and I'm trying to remember because I've seen most of them. Not most Jackie Chan movies, but like Super Cop and Crime Story and Police Story, and they all kind of just intermix with each other.
Yeah,
which is not a bad thing. I mean, they're all amazing. You look at some fight scenes and you're like, man, I can't believe you did that. Or just like, God, the timing on that. And then like you saw the outtakes, And then when the timing wasn't always good, somebody was always getting their head smashed or face.
I think it's Police Story where there's one stunt. I don't even call it a stunt. It's just, I think we've all seen this clip. It's a little village, right? And there's a car just driving through the whole village. And they only have one take.
Yes.
And that was it because they're destroying all these people's houses. And there's people on the roofs jumping away and there's explosions going off.
Yeah.
And this is literally just a one take thing because you can't rebuild it.
Yeah, exactly.
The explosion back up. And there's people injured and whatnot too, and like laying around. And they had like, ambulance there and whatnot too. But it was an amazing scene. Like one car or two cars just going through these village. And it was like, wow. I want to say about 3-4 football fields just driving through.
Yeah.
People just running for their lives. And they're actually like, people too.
Hurt. Yeah, exactly.
They had to tie me down to 1 or 2, but still, this is dangerous as hell.
They probably asked like, who wants to be in the movie? Yeah, okay. All right, this is what you got to do.
Yeah,
exactly.
Run from an explosion.
The villagers just watching this. They're just sitting back watching from across the highway.
Oh, there goes our house.
Whoops.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah. What do you think after that? Like after they finish it, everyone's like, yeah, and everything's hurting the ground. They're like, all right, cut, go to break, and they all leave. Everyone's like,
The film crew's like,
5 minutes. Yeah.
I wasn't recording.
Wait, are we supposed to play that? Wait, we're supposed to record that? Like, shit.
Just missed the button.
Yeah. Whoops. Oh, man. I'm pretty sure at that point they're just like, that you're like, okay, everybody push play now. We're not ready. I don't care. Push play now. And everything's ready to go. And then we'll just edit it later. We'll do it in post. Yeah, exactly. Get it going. That's where it came from. They just said it.
Legend of the Drunken Master.
Yes.
Because he used weapons in that. And there's one scene where he's under a train and the guy has one of those staffs with the sword at the end of it.
Yes.
And he's trying to hit him. And I'm looking at it. I don't know if that staff and sword thing was fake or what, but even if it was somewhat fake, the speed that they're going at,
that's super fast.
I'm like, oh my God, if they screw up,
screwed.
You're hitting him in the face. You're probably poking an eye out.
You're right. I wonder if it is fake, they got to put some weight to that fake thing because it's got to have that same.
It has to stay sturdy.
Yeah. And it's got that same heft because that's what they're used to, kind of thing. Yeah. I wonder how they.
It's like,
I mean, and I wouldn't put over Jackie Chan and be like, no, use a real one. It looks better. It looks real.
It looks sharp and a little.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the type of duty.
I'm sure in practice, they're using fake ones. We're going to do this.
Exactly.
All right, we're doing the real one now.
I mean, this dude's jumping off buildings on tarps. I'm pretty sure it's like, no, put the fucking real one on, right? And don't hit me, you asshole.
Jackie's amazing too because like as the enemy has this cool weapon, he's like, and I have a shoe.
Yeah, exactly, right. And he makes it work.
It does.
Yeah, and it's cool that as endearing as he is to do stuff like that, so you get some crazy stunts like that, and then he always has that. Again, we talked about that dumb face, like he's like and he's always rubbing it as he's running and stuff, and So Rumble in the Bronx, The Legend of the Drunken Master was good. Now they had
Iconic too, because they spawned so many characters for video games and whatnot too. There's always some Drunken Master now. I think because of like that role.
Video games one. And they do have the older one, and I remember watching the old one a long time ago. I don't remember, but the 90s one is so they have the one called Drunken Master, and then Legend of Drunken Master is the newer one. And that's the one I remember. The older one, he's super young. And
that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
Is that
Drunken? That's Drunken Master. And then The Legend of Drunken Master is the 90s one.
His father's the
exactly.
master.
They're both really good. And the one I remember more is the newer one, which is still in the 90s one. But they're both, like you said, iconic movies, and they spawn tons of video games and all that stuff. There's always a drunk guy that's kind of like
the drunken martial artist.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah,
and all of those just amazing choreographing.
And when
and
you get drunk, you feel like you can do that too. You're like,
you just don't look as cool as JJ. You just fall over on your face. Exactly. How did I do? Like you did awesome, buddy. Yeah. You
fall over to an air filler, flip back up, and do a roundhouse kick.
You headbutt that street like nobody could. Buddy. Oh, good. Now, movies I like, and you mentioned like Rush Hour. What's great about him too is that he's a good para person too. He works well with almost anybody. He just blends in seamlessly. Chris Tucker. I like Rush Hour movies. They're fun to watch because of the dynamic between both of those guys. I like the Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights. I mentioned some of them. They're like, I go, dude, I love those movies. Those movies are so much fucking fun.
They are a guilty pleasure for me too. You shouldn't like them.
No,
but you do.
And I'm not watching those movies for the martial arts part. Shanghai Nights, Shanghai Noon. You're just watching it for the dynamic between Owen Wilson and Jackie Chan. Sure, there's movies on like when Jackie Chan and Shanghai Noon is beating that dude up with a fucking horseshoe. Beautiful fucking moves, and he's swinging that fucking shit around, hitting the guy.
Yeah.
Dude, you hit it like in the face with a horseshoe. Like, goddamn, man, that's you can feel it. But
that must have been so hard.
Oh, dude.
Because like, you imagine like having like a string, right? And just swinging that around with something end, and I'm trying to control that.
Yes.
And angle it off too, and have like
one of the best scenes of that, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's funny, so the dynamic between for him doing that and Owen Wilson's like buying his time trying to do the fucking shootout with that guy. He's stretching it. It's like, what are you doing? No, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Let me do my thing. He's all stretching. Meanwhile, Jackie Chan's fighting like 10 people at once. So yeah, I like. Those are my favorite ones, and I had to pick between Rush Hour and the Shanghai Noon and Nights. I like the Shanghai Noon and Nights movie. They were just much more. It just hit me better, and I like the Rush Hour ones a lot. At least the first two. The third one got a little weird.
Which was the third one? I don't remember.
There was a third one.
No, like which one was
I think
like
the third one was there in were they in Japan or China?
I forget.
And then there's one with the Vegas. Is it when they're in Vegas?
Yeah,
two?
I think that was two.
That was two.
Yeah.
So the third one is I think Chris Tucker is on vacation, but he's on vacation.
You're right.
In Hong Kong.
But the third one, Chris Tucker.
Like, who are you?
Yeah.
I'm you.
Yeah,
You're me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That scene was awesome.
But the third one was when Chris Tucker kind of. I think he went in rehab or something, but you can tell he lost a little bit of his edge on a little bit, I mean, I don't want to make fun of the guy doing that, but you can tell it lost some of its luster on the third one. Because the first two, he's like, damn, motherfucker. He's, the Friday guy, the guy from Friday. Just put him in the fucking Jackie Chan movies. But
copy and paste. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. But it was still fine. I still watched the third one. I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
I think it was in two, like you said, in Vegas, where they did one stunt where they dropped from a rope from a casino, wrapped him around a telephone pole, and then went into a bus, and that was all one take. They had no cuts like that.
Yeah,
they
that's
had to do
fucking
one
crazy.
take from multiple angles, and then they had the pole that they can twist it and turn it.
Okay.
So it can go down to the truck went by to hit them.
Okay, got it.
Wrap around and start running.
That's still a very dicey. I know it's very dicey to do exactly. And go and cut. We're good. Like, oh shit, yeah. Well, then again, who's want to do that again?
Yeah, seriously.
We didn't get to do it again. Like, fuck you.
I think they did it in multiple takes maybe, but they had to do like this one take, not stopping, because when you wrap around the pole, you got to keep going.
Yeah.
You got to get hit by the truck. You got to keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
I get amped up for that.
How do you even get? Yeah, how do you get ready for that?
He does for the entertainment of.
That's just it. He puts it all out there, and you can see it, and it's not that he's not, and it looks like he's having fun while he's doing it. It looks like he's having a fucking blast, and that's why I think that's why everyone else has fun with him. I'm like, well, fuck, cool, that's fucking cool. He's always got to be joking around, but it works out well. He doesn't overdo it sometimes, where you're just kind of like, okay, this guy needs to fucking stop. You ever watch movies, you're kind of like, okay, you guys stop, knock it off. You're like, all right, Jackie, go.
There's like only one other person can compete with Jackie Chan on stunts, and that's Tom Cruise.
That is Tom Cruise.
Does some crazy ass stunts too.
He does.
But Tom Cruise is also crazy. That's the thing why he does it.
Tom Cruise does his own stunts?
Yeah.
Most of his stunts. Yeah, he does most of his
didn't know
stunts.
that.
Yeah.
And if you see like Mission Impossible stuff, when he runs the side of like skyscraper, that's him.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, he does.
I didn't know that.
The plane takeoff and one of them too. When he held,
He's holding by the plane by the side.
yeah, the actual plane takes off. He's just holding on for.
That wasn't even part of the movie. He wanted to get on that plane. They're like, dude, just keep filming. Yeah, I want
more peanuts.
Tom Cruise. Yeah, like fuck it, just keep rolling.
Yeah, he was actually flying on Spirit. Okay.
Yeah, that was fair. They just to cover it up. That's funny. You get your peanuts when we land, asshole. What is this guy?
In the name of Scientology,
The guy
let me
says
in.
he keeps saying he likes cruising. I don't know what the fuck his problem is.
Psychopath. Man.
Yeah, exactly. And then they have like listed. Yeah, I don't know why they had listed on that list. You see like Kung Fu Panda. I'm like, why are we listing Kung Fu? I know that he's in it and stuff. I'm like he plays.
he is
I
on
forget what he
subs,
plays
too.
on there, but it's just the. But even in that Kung Fu Panda, he's like a very small. The monkey, right? He plays the monkey. I think that's what it is.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's the monkey that he plays, but it's
never
very
seen the
small.
movie.
Yeah. What? Oh my god.
I've seen
Come
them.
on.
I've seen the original. I just don't remember it that much. I never.
Gotcha.
It wasn't like one of those like, oh, wow.
My nieces and nephews want to watch Ice Age. Okay.
Sit them down to watch Kung Fu Panda. They'll love it. You'll like it too.
Okay.
You'll like it. I'm not joking. I went to took
Jack
my
Black,
kids.
right? It was like
Jack Black is
Lucy. Was it Lucy? Liu?
Lucy Liu, Jack Black, Jackie Chan. I mean, the main voice is Jack Black that you go back and forth. And
Was,
then
was Jackie Chan the master turtle? Or
no. Jackie Chan is just one of the students. He's the Shifu.
And there's three of them. That's too many to remember.
No, there's more than three. There's a lot of students. Yeah.
No. I mean, there was three movies.
Oh, 3 movies. Yeah, the first one is. They're all actually pretty good.
Yeah.
They all were. You see the first one, you're gonna like. You're gonna want to watch the other 2, and they're just as good, basically. But the first one, you'll dig a lot.
I mean, we can go over your house, get a nice scotch, get some cigars, and watch
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda.
Some Lagavulin,
You're gonna, later on, you're gonna like, you know what? That was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I told you. And the best part of the Kung Fu Panda is their theme song is Kung Fu Fighting. I mean, it's resung by Jack Black, but it's really good. And how
Jack
could you not
Black
like
wouldn't
that,
know
man?
that.
Come on, that's good. Every once in a while, you want to get yourself all revved up. You play some Kung Fu Fighting, and then you're good to go. Yeah. No, and then that was funny and as a kid watching the Kung Fu movies, is the best part was after the movie was done, you and your buddies or your cousins, you go outside and you try all your moves on.
Yeah.
Everybody tries fun. And it
beat
would
the
go
shit
great
out of little
until somebody got punched or kicked in the face, starts crying, and then it was over. Like, well, that was fun while it lasted. So always somebody crying after they know that.
100%, you're right. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. What other movies, guys? So
There's
super.
Tony Jaa, who's who I thought was amazing Muay Thai martial artist.
Yes, I remember watching Ong Bak, right?
Ong Bak.
I remember watching Ong Bak. Yeah. Jet Li was another big name back in actually early 2000s stuff. He came up with a bunch of stuff, and who's buzzing. Also, it's Donnie Yen, the IP man.
Ip Man.
Oh, man.
Ip Man, yeah. Reading through his stuff, like he had been in a lot of movies before the Ip Man came out, and then he started taking off and stuff. But that guy's a big star, and I remember seeing him in a lot of movies before even then. He comes on a lot of films. He's also a pretty decent actor. As an international star, I thought. I can't remember what other movies.
There's
he's in.
one guy that I'll never remember his name, but he played in The Raid.
Oh.
And it's I believe they're Thai. His name is Iko Uwas. So, IKO.
All right.
And then UWAIS.
Is he in? Oh yeah, yes. I know who you're talking about.
He's in The Raid 2.
Yes.
I think he's also in one of the Star Wars movies. But when they have their own little group of stuntmen that when they make a movie, it's always them and then like basically just different roles, same people.
Yeah.
His action movies are amazing.
Brutal.
The moves they do are next level.
Yes.
And it's almost like an adult version of a Jackie Chan movie, because Jackie Chan movie is like, it's more comedic, this and
Yes.
that. These
Yeah.
guys, like, you see them like break people's arms, but I'm sure
Right.
they're not really breaking their arm, but the way they can angle it.
Yeah, it
I
looks
was
like it's break.
Oh,
He's on and I should have looked up. There's a Netflix series that he's on. He's a star of it, and it was actually really good. But yeah, he's pretty good.
We own the night, or The Night Comes for Us is one of the Netflix movies he's in.
Okay,
No,
it's
not a series.
Okay, this is a series that he's on. I'm sure it's a series. And it's, I saw kind of got his name here, and he's on Star Wars. Give a little love to some of the women out there. That Michelle Yeoh, she was on Super Cop with Jackie Chan. She was the girl on there. She's also the lady on Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. The older, she's been. You see her face, you'll recognize her. Like, oh, she's been in a lot of. She's always like the, I guess because women are not always, the main person on martial arts movies, but she was on Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Like I said, if you see her face, I can get her.
Recognize it, yeah.
You recognize her.
Does she
I don't know if
usually
you can
play
see
the
her
mom?
face. Yeah, if you can kind of get her face a little bit.
Yeah, she usually plays like Jackie Chan's mom.
Yeah,
in,
Jackie
like,
Chan.
in,
Well, the partner at one point. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So they put her on there too as too, and
The stepmom.
stepmom, whatever it is. Yeah, but she's got. There's a lot of women out there, and it's.
So what do you guys think of like Kill Bill and all that stuff? Speaking of women badasses.
I like Kill Bill for the movie itself. I wouldn't know anything on how good Uma Thurman really is, you know, because they have a bunch of movie star girls. I guess anybody that leads up to a movie can go to a Kung Fu Master or whatever and get talked up for the finer points and stuff. But I don't know how much time and effort, but I liked the movie for what it was.
Yeah.
The fucking Kill Bill scene when she's fighting the dudes. What dojo was that? She was somebody's house or something, but they put it black and white. I remember it was,
Yeah.
or
That's when she went to go fight Lucy Liu. Or she was
there we go.
calling
Yeah, Lucy Liu's.
and,
There we go. Lucy Liu's crew.
street
Exactly.
gang
The showdown.
Yeah, the showdown. The fight scenes in that, the Tarantino. I mean, love him or hate him, dude. He put some awesome action scenes together, and that kung fu scene was really fucking good. Yeah,
That was a lot of fun.
I like just how she got rid of Bill so fast too. She's just like, wow. And he's just walking, just like,
Oh yeah, the five-step punch or something.
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
So-
whatever that was. Right. And I like to see all the funny reenactments of that and stuff. But yeah, no, I dug that movie a lot. How could you not like Pussy Wagon? Come on, man. That's so douchey. I was like, God, no one would actually. Actually, I shouldn't say that. There are people that probably would drive that stupid thing around. Yeah. You're like, yeah. We all can think of like one or two people. Like, yeah,
we
he
seen
probably
what
would.
happened here in Vegas when they drive around one another. So yeah,
Yeah, I like Kill Bill a lot. I like that type of.
the showdown with Lucy Liu and whatnot. At the very top, this one move just
Yeah,
over. Oh.
I just like that it was just two separate movies too, and that was a good because it was so long. I dug that, and it kind of had that old school kung fu movie type feel to it, you know.
Yeah, they're aiming for that.
Yeah, right. And I know we talked about it last time with horror movies that Tarantino tries to get it, and I think he hit it more with the Kill Bill than he did with his Grindhouse movies. That old kind of feel to it, you know, and stuff. The other ones were just kind of like, all right, it just looks like that's what you're trying to do. Where the Kill Bill was kind of something like a more natural kind of feel to it. Oh,
Gotcha.
that's good. You like Kill Bill movies?
Kill Bill movies are okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I won't say it was one of my favorites.
Right. But
It had its moments, like the fight scene with the swords and all that, but I never really.
Yeah, I was, and there's some people, some guys that are just huge. They love Uma Thurman for. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea why. I mean, not that I hate her or anything. I'm just like, okay, like. But when I saw that, I'm like, okay, this I can see why you like her a lot. This is really good. You know, I liked her in that aspect, but maybe it was the Poison Ivy thing. They fell in love with her or whatever. But there were some people that.
Well, she was good in.
She was great in them.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
that was
right. Wait, was she in Pulp Fiction?
She was in Pulp Fiction. She was Ving Rhames. Was it Ving Rhames' wife? Because remember when John Travolta takes her out to dinner and then she ODs?
Yes, don't be a. Gotcha. Yes, that's right. I forgot about that. That's right.
Oh, so growing up, we always have Jackie Chan and Jet Li. Which one do you always have discussion? Who's gonna beat who? In the fight? Because they're around the same era where they're being popular and whatnot.
Right.
Well, who do you guys like favoring? Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan. I mean,
Yeah. You never had the discussion in school?
Yeah, I mean, there was always different ones. I don't know if we paired those two together, but that's a good one. It's been so long since I've seen Jet Li. I mean, remember Jet Li got sick, and last time I saw him, he looks like a little old man.
So
now.
both of them in their prime.
Yeah.
In their prime. Oh.
I don't know enough about martial arts to really know, but I would.
Even from the movies, though. Just like
Yeah.
watching
It
movies,
would be interesting. I think it would be interesting.
Because
It would
Jet
be
Li was like
interesting.
the serious guy,
Yes, right,
Never
exactly.
really had a comic comedic flair to
Here's
him.
the thing: we all know Jackie Chan could take a punch.
Yeah, it's true.
That's fair.
Jet Li could hit him, and Jackie Chan could just continue
take it,
walking
exactly,
forward. He's like,
yeah,
I've been
yeah.
hit by worse.
What would he do when he gets hit? He's like, oh,
As he's like, oh.
That's a good one. I don't know. That'd be interesting. That'd be a good
If we have anybody,
simulation to kind of
yeah.
maybe put in time to.
Let us know in the comments. Oh, one person.
You
Remember
get
that
you do
show?
the Bill and Ted's get the time machine, go and just grab them, take them with you. You got a fight to come. Come on,
Remember
you
the
guys
show
like-
Deadliest Warrior? They'll just take great fighters.
Yeah,
from
those are
different
pretty good.
eras.
Yeah,
There you
put
go,
them
just do
together and
Jackie
how it
Chan.
how it.
Celebrity death match,
That is celebrity death. There we go. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see.
had Gandhi versus Genghis Khan one time, so it's possible.
I'm sure
Gandhi
Gandhi
won.
killed him. I'm sure Gandhi got him and stuff. Okay.
Oops. There we go.
Good.
Oh, and we're back.
And we're back. I wanted to bring up, and we got a little tangent there of other stuff, but some of the other Jackie Chan movies that I know I like, and I forget, man, there's so much of them. So movies like Who Am I? Mr. Nice Guy, The Tuxedo, even The Medallion I enjoyed. You know, it was just, Medallion was kind of goofy a little bit, and a lot of people didn't like The Tuxedo. I like The Tuxedo. It's a stupid idea, but it was cool. You got the tuxedo on, he starts coming to a badass. But I like the movie, again, and this doesn't really have to deal with his martial art, had martial arts and everything, but it was Around the World in 80 Days. That was a fun movie. He's good even when it's not a martial arts movie. And that's what I like about Jackie Chan. He always has that in there, but he doesn't have to because he's charming enough and he's surprisingly a good enough actor to pull some of the stuff off. It's not the best, but it's not one of those you're kind of like, oh, come on.
Language. It's not like,
right. I mean, you ever hear him sing? He's a good singer too, which is surprisingly, you're just like, what the hell, man? Come on, Jackie. What don't you fucking do, man? But there's some people that are good at everything and you kind of start hating them. You're like, God damn it, this fucking asshole. But Jackie Chan, you're kind of like, all right, Jackie, go for it, buddy, man. You always seem to end up cheering for. I do, I always end up cheering for him stuff. But Around the World 8 Days, I liked. Like, if you guys haven't checked it out, it's fine. Like, it's not really a martial arts movie, but it's on there. So one of the bad ones I don't like from him, it's because it's not really. It's a kids movie. That's The Spy Next Door. It's on the list here, but I remember it was on the other day. I'm watching it, and it's just a bunch of. He's pretending. I guess he's the mom's boyfriend. She has to leave, so he has to. Babysit them for a week or whatever. He's an actual spy, so the spies are coming. So he's trying to. But
it's like that babysitter movie. With
basically, yeah. Same concept.
Pacifier?
We've seen that movie 1,000 times. But what I don't like is not really from him. It's just the kids are just terrible actors. It's just a really bad. It's Rumble in the Bronx without all the fun of all the fighting. I mean, there's fight scenes in there, but it just was really bad at it. And so I was just like, oh, I can't stand this.
Sounds terrible.
It's not good. So Spy Next Door, not a big fan of that. But that's basically the pacifier.
I mean, you got to learn how to act just a little bit when you compare in 200 movies.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Not every kid could be a Haley Joel Osment.
They still try. They fucking try as they might.
Since Sixth Sense, Haley Joel.
Oh.
Right. What was your favorite Jackie Chan movie? Was it
Drunken Master?
Drunken Master. Yeah.
Drunken Master.
That is a good one. You can't go wrong with
Drunken
Jackie.
Master. Who Am I?
Who Am I is a good one.
I love the
Mr.
scene
Nice Guy.
where he's in a rally race.
Yeah.
Out in the desert. And I think he gets bit by a snake or something, and he's like just trying to spit out shit, and
Yeah.
That brings a memory, yeah.
It's slowly like all these memories slowly coming back to me.
Yeah.
There's one scene where he's sliding off a building, a glass
Yes,
building.
Super Cop. I think it is.
Was
That
that
one.
Super
That's
Cop?
one of my favorite scenes.
Like
I
he
thought that
slides
was-
and he runs a little bit and then goes back
yeah,
sliding.
and he's like, oh yeah,
And he's
oh,
literally
yeah.
on the edge of a building.
And you're
going down.
thinking,
I'm
you're thinking like, yeah, there's no way that's a fake building. No, that's a real building. That motherfucker really fucking did that. Yeah, I remember.
The same
I think
safety
that's
guy with
Super
a
Cop.
harness, like,
It's one of my favorite scenes is that one, and it's hard to. I think it's Super Cop. It's Super Cop or Police Story, but it was the '90s one. It wasn't there because I think the original Police Story was in the '80s, which is another fun watch. But I think that one, the building one. I was trying to look for that when I was looking up stuff. I was trying to look for that one, and I couldn't find that actual scene. But what do you guys? Anything else you want to bring up with Jackie Chan or any kind of martial arts stuff? No, we're good.
I got nothing. I got to go work soon.
Yeah, no
about
doubt.
them
We're all gonna
Cowboys?
work. Exactly. Yeah, and then everybody, don't forget to please subscribe to the show. Please comment,
Hit
man.
the like button.
Yeah, hit that like button. Even if you don't like it, like it. Subscribe, share it with your friends, share with people if you like the show. Comment, man. We want comments. If you guys got any ideas for any kind of rankings you'd like us to do, tell us. We're open for suggestions as long as they're nice. No shit talking.
For every like we get, Smiley Littlefoot would take off a piece of clothing.
You don't want that. We're gonna get no
On the
likes.
next episode,
Nobody.
the next episode. we get
Right.
5 likes. He's taking off 5 pieces of clothing and then doing the entire episode like that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No. No, that's not happening. But yes, I like the thing that we're going to. But again, thank you everybody for coming back. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I still haven't released the other episode yet. It's been ready. Sorry, it'll be out soon. All right, everybody. See you later. Bye. Woohoo.